Welcome. I'm the Painful Budgeter, and today I'm got inspired by Enza Books and Budgeting. I might be saying that wrong because I like told myself it's Enza Books and Budgeting. Enza Books, yeah, and so I might be saying. If not, I'll probably still put it in the description and the thing. But she wants to do some other different challenges and pantries and content, and so I figured, what the heck, I have to do some gardening. So I will do some gardening and cleaning up, and you have an extra video. If you like that type of stuff, you can sit and watch. We can just sit and chat. And my cat pooped on the grass, and so I've marked it. So hopefully I don't poop on it, but you might see a, oh, that's probably why. Uh, Squirrel, sorry. I am Payne. This is my back garden. I need to cut a lot of this stuff down. I got some sunflowers growing in the back. I've got some pigweed I need to pull. I've got a tree, a couple more trees, one ugly tree. I've got some cucumbers, some tomatoes, some radishes. I got a raspberry bush that's gone freaking bonkers. I need to cut some of it down and pluck some of the raspberries. I got strawberries up the wazoo that I need to pluck some of them and get them started dehydrating or use them. And then I got some more melons and other things. I'll try to do a quick little view of everything once I'm done. And so let's get started. And I'll probably end up just putting music to the back of this and all that fun stuff. I need to find me a cutter and a puller. I'll be right back. I need probably some flip flops for the rock area.
I am sorry. I apologize a million times. Move the thing up a little bit more times.
The other stuff. I need to cut this thing down some. And I've got a lot of... Now I'm new to all of this gardening and I'm trying to do all this filming and stuff. I do like Homestead Acres. She's awesome. But I do like the Homestead Acres. She's freaking awesome. And if you get a chance, I'll link her below. So if you're looking for somebody new to watch, she does a lot of gardening and home cooking and preservation and that type of stuff. She knows how to film. So if you're actually looking into doing this type of stuff, if you have a huge acre in your back, she is a great person to go and get ideas from. So like and subscribe her and get inspired. Don't be afraid to, well, don't steal their ideas, but don't be afraid to use other YouTubers as inspiration. I don't really have anything to inspire about, at least not yet. Hopefully one day. I probably do. I know you're going to have people like, don't put yourself down. Dude, I'm a Gen Xer. I put myself down all the time. And I don't really mean anything by it, so don't feel, like I'm beating myself up and I'm depressed and stuff. I'm not. I'm normally happy, go lucky, all that fun stuff. But some days, depending on how you're feeling. So, yeah, let me know in the condiments. Let me know in the tomato sauce and stuff. What type of other type of content do you like and enjoy? And these things are getting huge. Oh, I'm already starting to get flowers on them. Yay! I don't have anything growing on this side, though. I'm going to have to go find something to put over here because these pigweeds. I had one pigweed that went up, and I wasn't sure what it was, and it was really pretty, the flower and stuff, and I was looking up online that you can actually eat the seeds on them. But the thing they don't tell you is, like, make sure it's not anywhere near anything else because they will take over everything. It's like mint. You'll have mint for years. I have a mint plant in there that's been... I've every winter or fall or spring, I have to go and dig it up and dig out all the roots to just like one little clump. Because if I don't, it takes over the whole thing. And then always put them in a bucket. Don't put them in the ground. I had some raspberry bushes that I had in a bucket, and the roots went into the ground, and now I have raspberry bush all over, which is fine. They're really good raspberries. In the last 2 years, the first time we had raspberries, and so they're awesome. But yeah, So be careful what you plant and where you plant, because if you go a year without doing any maintenance on some of these plants, you're going to have a jungle in your backyard. So make sure you pick stuff that's not going to escape, because they will go freaking wild. Same with sunflowers. I usually do the giant ones, so these big ass heads. And normally I replant the same one like a couple of years in a row, but they'll revert back to the original wild version, which is fine. They're usually smaller heads though. So about every 2 or 3 years, like I think this is a wild one, and there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heads just right here. And so this is gonna be mutant one, but and the ones that are like from the store, they don't have all the extra growing off of the vines. These ones have a lot of little extras. So you might just want to go and break them off so you can get one big head like you do like other ones, and that one's starting to lean. So I'll take the biggest head and pluck all the other smaller heads. So I would love to have a lot of sunflowers, but then you don't get big ones. So I will, and the birds love the sunflowers. I'm lucky if I can get all the seeds, but that's fine. I mainly use them for pollinators, because when they get big, especially these huge ones, they bring the bees in majorly. So if you have an area that you want pollinated, that you're doing veggies, do some sunflowers. And I'm not sure what these things are. Let me show you. I think they're a type of a lavender, but I don't know if you see that. But they're really pretty, and the bees love these things, and they usually go spring, and then they kind of just seed out, and I usually cut them back and let them regrow if they can. I also have lavender. The bees love them as well. So anything that has, they like the roses, and there's another one over here that they really like. Ew. Any of you know, or can kind of, and these ones, it has a really pretty, let me get behind it so I can see what I'm in the screen. Whoops. But yeah, the hummingbirds and the bees love these ones as well. And they're such pretty flowers. So when they start kind of just getting sad looking, I just trim them down and then they'll regrow. But and my vining plants are going pretty. I also have some marigolds growing in here. I'm trying to, probably off screen, trying to keep the cats out of them. Oh, there's a cat. There's Jinx. Jinx! I see you, Jinkies. Where is she? There she is. Are you just chillaxing? Where's my other hooligan right there? That's Missy Jinx. She's one of the, her and her brother, my God. I have not gone out and got me an animal since I lived here. She and her brother, I found some little feral kittens. And the mama cat, actually I don't think they're feral, I think it was the neighbor cat. The mama cat got out and the kittens went with her. And my neighbor's cat, Tamaki, found him, brought him over to my house. He wasn't doing too good. He died like a month or so after he brought them. But apparently the mama cat got caught, but the kittens were not. Oh, and then I have this guy over here. Where is he? Pharaoh, like the king. He's my newest little stray. He's very vocal. I got him to actually let me pet him. And I'm trying to get him used to the other cat. I have someone who might be able to take him, but he's very, very friendly. Don't start anything. Hey! Some days are better than others. I'm working on them. Oh, those trees. These trees that grow everywhere. Do you know anything that will keep them from growing back? They smell like skunk. I don't know. Ugh. But you cut them and they just keep growing. I don't know if there's any type of pesticides, or like maybe if I paint the ends of them, they won't grow back, or what. This thing, it's hard to get back here. I hate cutting it, but I need to. It is a fugly tree. I might just kind of cut it back a little bit, and then this next week I try to do a little bit extra. I'll fill up the dumpsters. Usually in spring we start working on this about March, and then I'll fill up the dumpsters, and then I'll go and then once the trucks come, and then I live on a corner, so I'm lucky I can actually do it twice if I have the energy to get up early enough in the morning. But I can fill it up the night before, have them dump it, get up early, and then go and fill them up again and put them on the other corner, so we can get like a double dump thing done. So which is really cool. The joys of trying to get an animal to like another animal. He considers this backyard's his, and so I have to try to get them to. Any tips on getting new households, especially one that's outside and you got indoor cats that still go outside as well? Any tips would be great. I watched some like how to with, introducing ferals and stuff. Like that one feral. He's a sweetie when it comes to other people, and most of the time other cats he's usually pretty good. With our neighbor cat, they're like best of buds. So I don't know, maybe he feels protective of this area because the other cat comes over. So he's trying to protect her, and then Jack's trying to protect the other female. And so I don't know if there's kind of ways to introduce them without getting a feud. There for a while he was doing okay, but maybe it's because she was outside in his domain. But I want to get him adopted if I can. I wouldn't mind keeping him, but I need to make sure he's socialized by this fall so we can actually bring him in, because I also have a rabbit. I gotta make sure he's not gonna have the rabbit for supper. Now when you do gardening and other stuff, I have a tendency to do one little section, and then I'll skip to another, and I'll skip back, and then I'll go do another section, and then I don't really do, maybe that's my ADHD or whatever, or my squirrel moments. So I usually don't go and do one section, move on to another. I might do one small section, take a break, then do another section because I'm bored with the part I just did. And then I'll go and take another. I usually work in like 20-minute intervals and then sit down and have some water for like 10 or 15 minutes and then go back and either do the same area or do another area. A lot of times we'll do another area, so I'll have it might take me 3 or 4 days to get the whole thing done. It gets done, but yeah. I got a short attention span. Can you tell? But my goal is basically to get this corner. Oh, hey, look what I found. I found a chair. See what happens when you clean? You find stuff. And this is one of those nice ones. Ah! Oops. I was going to cut that down anyways. Spider. Or some sort of crawling thingy. We got a utes for our local yokel ones. Actually, I might just open that up so it can air out because it's been sitting there getting wet forever. And it's a bit on the moist side, so might as well open it up and let the sun do its thing. And because if you bring blankets or rugs out, leave them outside. You can actually, if they're really if you have some carpets that are nasty and you don't have a shampooer, but you have a nice big patio or something that's concrete, just go and grab your hose, preferably something with a jet thingy on it, or a high-powered sprayer if you have one, and then just put a little soap inside the head and then spray it down. And by the time you get the whole thing sprayed down with a thing, and then you can grab like one of these things and kind of agitate it, or don't sit on the poop. Or if you have get a squeegee, that's also another good thing to have. Or if you have just a drill and go to Harbor Freight somewhere cheap and get some of those bristle brush heads and just use that, spin it, and it'll agitate it really good. Especially if you have a big one, it might take you for a while, and I just use a thing. But if you have smaller ones and they don't quite work well in the washer, but yeah, you can do that. And then just use a squeegee to get all the water out and just hose it off 2 or 3 times until there's nothing but water coming out and no suds and no nasties. And then just leave it in the sun, and the sun will disinfect it. So that's how they did it way back in the day before they had washers and vacuums and that type of stuff. So if you have some nasties and you're thinking of just throwing it out, but you don't have the money to buy a new one, or you really like the rug and you want to freshen it up, take it out on your driveway, hose it off really good with anything that's high powered. Well, you know, just one of these things, just put it on jet and just agitate it with some sort of broom or anything that you have, and then hose it off and let it dry in the afternoon. So if you're doing the yard work, do that first. By the time you're done, and just flip it, put it in a dry spot, flip it 2 or 3 times, or if you have somewhere you can hang it up that it's not going to tear down a wall, it's not really that heavy, just let the sun do its work, and then bring it back in. You can add some nice smelling detergents to it, and okay, is there a lock? Oh yeah, there is. I need to go and put this in there. I haven't used this in forever and ever. Amen. There we go. This is one. These are good for fat people. I would totally sit in it, but I'd probably get a spider down my back. So let's spray that thing off. And then I'm going to push pause, do some yard work, do a little bit more, maybe in a different section, and then pause it. And then, because I don't have a whole, I don't have a big storage thing where I could just do time lapse. And then we'll come back and do a little walk around and show you what I got done. Okay? Let's go and hose this thing off. Speaking of carpets, I need to do my rabbit's carpet. Woo! This one might need a new one. But yeah, this one's the jet. It's kind of sad, but but if you do it enough, the stuff gets done. As long as you don't stop and then don't come back to it for days. Same thing with doing repairs on your house and stuff. It might take you a month or so, but if every weekend you do 2 hours of something and keep on going back to where you left off, or if you're doing a yard work every day, do an hour or something, or even a half hour, really, it will get done, because by the end of the week, you've done like 3 or 4 hours worth of yard work. So you don't need to do it all at once. Go make yourself some coffee or tea or drink a soda and just do a little bit each day. Get you some vitamin D and be all healthy like. Okay, I'm gonna pause it, get some stuff done, and I'll come back and we'll see how long I gotten. I don't know, you're probably just seeing this part. Maybe back up a little bit. All right, I'm gonna edit the last part so you don't see my nose talking. 1, 2, 3. Whatever. All right, we're gonna pause this. I'm gonna get some yard work done. Then probably take me a break for a couple minutes. We'll come back and show what I got done in the garden. I'll do a quick little shot of what it looks like now, and then we'll come back and we'll show what it looks like after. The before, after, the messy, the pretty. I might even do some broom cleaning as well. But I want to use this to kind of figure out how to do that, because I don't really know how to do the full-on yard sequences. And I have to use my phone, so I'm just trying to play around with it using this. And then I'll put this on an off-topic playlist or something. So if anybody who likes that stuff, they can watch. Those who are doing some cleaning in themselves, they can put it in the background and give me some hours. Yes. All right. We all need hours. Got some melons. Guess I should do this way. And got some more melons and some tomatoes. Got a tomato in one and a melon in the other. There's 2 different containers in both of these. My dad actually made these little containers. Got my grapevine. I put it in the wrong spot. It should have been over here, so it can get full sun. But I feed my rabbit the grapevines. I looked up whenever you have an animal that's vegetarian, make sure you double check everything online. And they say the grapevines are really good for fiber and stuff. And I got to work on that. Got lots of grasses, but it is really pretty. It gives it's very pretty when it. But I need to trim it. And these big old bushes were planted out here, where this garden was, by my grandma when I was like 7, and they were like 4 of them. And then when she put in her garden, they moved them over here, and they kind of in pillars, and they're actually really nice. These ones turned out nice. The one over there just turned in Frankenstein. Yeah. And as you can tell, my dad loves freaking flowers. All these flowers, my dad keeps adding to it every year. You should see the house at night. These are one of his other containers. By summer, everything's really overgrown. They have another. I have some yellow flowers. These are actually supposed to be yellow and red. And these ones on the back all turned yellow, which is kind of cool. I need to trim that down as well, and it'll rebloom. Like all of these. And then, we need to add a little extra. I'll have to go over to some of the stores and see which ones look really sad, and then just trim them up and put them in there, and they'll do good. Get some cheapy ones. This is time of the year is the time to go and get some, because you can get some kind of like the ones that they forgot to water. Just take home and give it some love and some fertilizer and stuff. These trees are, if anybody out there knows how to kill these things permanently, please put in the comments. And we got another bucket, and then we have a big one. Oh, we need to fix that one. But these are just stapled in, and then you can just go and replace the wood afterward. And you can see, because this is just the cheap picket fence wood. And then, so when it gets warped and stuff, you can just pop it off, resand it, get some new ones in there, and then resand it. We forgot to restain it, but we got some. These are like the little banana pepper type of things. We got some sort of melon. Got a tomato. Got another. We had some leftover tomato, so I put them in here to see how well they did in these big containers, and they seem to like these big ones because they're deeper. And then we have. Is that spinach or is that char? I have no idea what that is. I don't know. I think that was just a seed. Oh, we got some carrots. I'll probably give these to some of the rabbits as well. And then some dandelions. And then these things, like I said, I cut these down like a month ago. We did a dump run, and they just keep coming back. And then the vines. Those things just keep coming back as well. So, yeah. And then have a nice big old RV one. Without an RV, I need to. It's one of the things I want to save up and buy a little RV, but we need to get a new truck. Pharaoh, are you going to be a good kitty and not chase after Jinx? This is her house. She was here first. I know you've claimed the backyard, but you need to be good or I'll chase you into Jenny's yard and keep you out of my yard for a day or a half a day or 30 minutes or maybe even 10 minutes if you look really cute. No more chasing the kitties or I'm going to call you Jax. Okay? All right. And of course, we got 3 more little picket fence. Who would have thought I would have had a freaking picket fence? But yeah, we've got some. Oh, and these ones are also really. These things come back every year, and they do flower, and they get some really pretty flowers on them. Sometimes it takes a year or 2 for them to flower. I need to work on all the grasses. Just do some pulling. And this is my fruit cocktail tree. This thing has like 3 or 4 different fruits. It's got some peaches, 2 different types of peaches. One will come out in about end of July, August, and the other one will come out the next month, and then the other nectarines or pears will kind of come out in between. One of my friends does mead, so I'm going to give him some of my peaches to do some mead on his next binge. But I want to look up how to do like fruit wines and do a peach sweet wine or something like that, and just experiment. So if you have any good videos if you like watching homemade wines or beer made or stuff like that, or fruit wines or stuff like that, give me a link, because I want to have some ideas for that. But I've had this tree for about 5 or 6 years. Yeah, one of our nurseries is Crooks Nursery. They have a lot of different type of fruit cocktail trees. So if you want fruit trees in your yard, but you don't have a room, but you want like 4 or 5 different ones, you can do like apple tree, cherry tree, stone fruit tree, or even type of mix. You could probably even graft some more on your own. We lost one. This last year, one of our tree limbs broke. So, gotta make sure you hold them up There's Pop. Say hi to Pops. He's gone to church. I'm going to go do some more reading. All right. I'll catch you back in a bit. He has promised he will be good. I don't believe him, but we'll try. All right, I got it all done. Well, as much as I can. It's going to be 100 degrees today, so I'm just going to do a quick water. And those are all the sunflowers we have. I might have to see if there's any sad-looking flowers I can plant over here. All my glads are getting big. In another month, this whole thing will just be covered. And my neighbor came over to say hi. Say hi.
Hi!
Came over to visit the cat. And just watering. I need to work on this next and then bring down some of the raspberries. And then I trimmed up my grapevine. This is the second bucket I've used. I already filled up the other one. And then I got all of these so I can walk by without having getting strangled or slapped in the face. And then also that tree over there. I trimmed it so I can get up. It looks like a very sad tree, but it was ugly, so it needed it. Maybe it'll fill in a little bit, who knows. But that's the last of my gardening. And I will see you next time. Thank you for visiting me on The Painful Budgeter. I know this is not budgeting, but
Her gardening is tasty!
she's been munching on all my raspberries.
And strawberries.
And strawberries. I got a lot of strawberries in here. You can see them all over. But yeah. So we'll see you next time. Thank you. And hopefully you like this little extra content besides the budgeting. So if you like it, enjoy it, like and subscribe, and leave a comment if you'd like to see more. Thank you again. Bye.